If you're a racist, get off my fucking page. If you think it's cool to threaten people with the idea of hell, get off my fucking page.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of The Dave Show. Oh boy, there is a lot of crazy to get to, so let's get to it. Let's do it. All right, before we get to the real crazy stuff, I just want to give a couple of videos that are a little bit more uplifting, a little bit more pro-Trump, a little bit more pro-America, just to, kind of get our spirits up before we delve into the depths of insanity.
Who else is proud MAGA? I'm proud MAGA. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be pro-God. I'm proud to be pro-gun. I'm proud to be pro-free speech. I'm proud to be pro-life. And I don't care. Ain't nobody gonna shame me. God bless you guys.
Yo, people, y'all can talk shit all y'all want. Look at these gas prices. $2.85 a gallon. That's exactly why we voted for Trump. F what you heard, people. We voted for the right man. $2.85 a gallon. Let them blow smoke up y'all ass all y'all want, but we know who the f we voted in.
All right, my friends, sit back, relax, buckle up. You're about to enter the Lib Zone. Nice. It's about time.
So this morning, our 10-year-old son runs in our room and he's like, "Hey, Mom, can you please paint my nails before school?"
What did you say?
I was like, "Yep, sure can. We got time for that. Pick your color." So naturally, he goes with hot pink. Matches his baseball uniform. So that's what he prefers. And after I finish this little morning mani.
Wait, what kid, what little boy has a pink baseball outfit? It cannot be a real baseball outfit. I'm sorry. That would never fly.
He runs off and he's, waving him his hands around, trying to get him to dry before we have to leave for school. And I hear my husband yell. He's like, "Hey, Cal, can you bring me the tape measure?" And Cal yells back, "No, Dad, my nails are wet. I can't bring you the tape measure." My husband was just like, of all things I didn't have on my bingo card when I asked my son to go grab me the tape measure, it was, "No, Dad, my nails are wet." And it was just another reminder of why I fucking love my husband. He embraces that our boys like to have their nails painted and doesn't think it's weird, because it's not.
But it is weird. I mean, unless it's Halloween or something, it's weird. And you should really be ashamed of yourself for pushing this delusion, supporting it, and keeping it going in your son's head. Shame on you.
It cannot be said often enough or strongly enough that there is no such thing as a transgender child. If a little boy says he's a girl, adults in his life need to tell him kindly but firmly that he is not, and he never can be. It is our duty as adults to keep children tethered to reality as they explore the world and find their place within it.
Oh my
Help
gosh.
gender non-conforming children build resilience. Don't label them with a psychiatric disorder. We see legions of young, confused people making sense of their pain and distress through the fashionable lens of gender. They are lost, they are lonely, and they are hurting, and they are desperately searching for a solution. These young people have astronomically high rates of autism and plenty of ADHD. Some display traits of borderline personality disorder with its classic characteristic of an unstable sense of self. Others are just discovering a homosexual orientation and they haven't quite accepted that yet. And then there's depression, anxiety, and so much trauma. These are unhappy people in search of happiness who are seduced by the impossible promises transgender ideology makes. Adopt a new name, new pronouns, take hormones and undergo surgeries, and you can be a whole new person.
Yes. And yes, where has this woman been for the last few years? Well, if she would have been saying this a few years ago, she would have been absolutely canceled. But my gosh, common sense. And kudos to the UK. They actually got one thing right recently, and that is to officially classify what a woman is. So retarded that it took the Supreme Court of a nation to actually have to rule on that. Jeez Louise. I'm so glad the world is waking up to the horrors that this transgender movement has been inflicting on the youth of not only America but of many different countries that have supported this woke ideology. I'm glad it's dying, and it can't be gone fast enough. Now, this is I found a really nice chart. It's very, very concise to tell if you're a man or a woman. So let's check it out. So it says, it says UK Supreme Court ruling. Do you have a schlong? Okay, that's the question, right? So it goes yes or no. Yes, you are a man. No. Then it goes to, did you used to have one? And the answers are yes or no. If yes, you're a man. If no, you're a woman. It doesn't get any more simplified than that. So maybe we should all just put a version of this up on our fridge every day. I don't know. Ay, people. I'm just glad this whole transgender pronoun crap is ending. Ugh. So there's been a big uproar. I guess it's an uproar. I'm not sure, but about that Carmelo Anthony, I believe his name is, the black teenager that stabbed the white teenager. I guess at a football, or no, I think it was a track meet. I guess there's something about he was sitting in this guy's seat. I don't know. Something to that effect. It was pretty trivial. And this guy ends up, Carmelo, stabbing the other kid, killing him. It's pretty cut and dry. But he just recently got let out on bail. And because the judge who's receiving backlash, the judge reduced his bail from like $1 million, I think it was, to like $250,000, which he is out now. But anyways, there's a few of the next clips we're going to be covering this, and it's absolutely ridiculous that the I guess I don't even know if it's the blacks portion of the country is supporting him, or if it's just because Carmelo is black, more black people are talking out about. Anyways, it's absolutely ridiculous that they're propping this person up as some kind of George Floyd hero. Why do they always choose murderers to prop up as heroes? I have no idea, but let's take a look at some of it. And let's get through the crazy. All right.
They keep telling us we don't unify, but Carmelo Anthony just raised $250,000 for his GoFundMe for his attorney's defense. Stop letting them tell you that we don't unify. That's a lie. We just need to do it more. That's
right.
all.
Well, the last I heard, that GoFundMe has raised $400,000, I believe. Maybe it's a little over that. But I don't know if that money is actually going to his defense, because there was a report out that Carmelo's family is now renting like a $900,000 home, and apparently Carmelo just bought a new car. So give me a break. He's not using all that money. That family's not using all that money for the defense. So the defense is actually probably, because it's such a highly political, charged case, they're probably going to do it like pro bono, because they're going to get way more out of this than just money. Just because. Okay, let's check out this next guy. He is, I think, needs to be looked at. I think he is kind of mentally unstable, and I think he's a dangerous man if what he's saying is actually true. Maybe it's for clicks. I hope so, but let's check it out.
Hey, to all of the people who are against Carmelo Anthony, Me as a black man in America, white people, I'm telling you and I'm telling you now, you ever even think to approach me, bully me, harass me, think you're going to be with your twin brother or twin whatever, and do anything to me, I too will poke you as well. Straight to the heart.
So
and that's
sad.
on self-defense.
No, it's not.
This is not the Jim Crow era. This ain't 400 years ago. This ain't 1619. This ain't back in them days. Y'all don't want to end up like Austin. Leave black people alone.
Wow.
Y'all didn't play fair for 400 years.
No, brother.
We ain't playing fair with y'all either.
Well, that certainly doesn't mean that you could just go kill somebody because they mess with you, whatever that means. Jeez Louise, these people are unhinged. Absolutely unhinged.
Carmelo Anthony is a hero.
Oh, gosh.
Carmelo is a hero. And I bet you one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody.
Yep.
No time soon.
Nope.
And that family gonna be forcing nobody else to get out in no seats.
All right.
FAFO. He got to do what he was looking for.
And you're absolutely retarded if you think this guy is a hero. He is a straight up thug, killer. He is a murderer. And I can't believe that you would even attempt to try to prop this guy up as some sort of symbol of, I don't even know what, fighting against the man, I guess. I don't know. But clearly this guy is totally off his meds, so that's that needs to be rectified immediately.
What is the #1 cause of black death in Chicago?
Are you serious?
Other blacks killing blacks.
Are y'all saying other blacks?
Yes.
Other blacks?
It's FBI statistics. It's
FBI
well known.
statistics? Where can you show me that at?
No,
Show me right now. It's
Right there,
African
by
Americans.
race. Right there.
Let's read it. 70% of offenders were African Americans.
It is astonishing that this individual, who is black, apparently has never heard of those stats or has, I don't know, ever turned on the nightly news. There are so many reports coming out of Chicago every single freaking weekend, nightly, holidays, 85 shootings, 15 deaths, and it's like all black on black crime. And it's very clear that this guy, I don't know, has been living in a cave or something. I don't know. I don't understand how this guy does not know about all of the black on black crime that's happening in Chicago. And that has been happening for like the last, I don't know, 10 years or something. It is horrific. Horrific. And that guy needs to, well, I guess now he is educated a little bit, but is he going to believe that? Is he going to like, you know, say, oh, I don't believe that. That's false, right? I don't know. Hopefully he's kind of woken up a little bit. But let's see. Let's check out some more crazy from this lady.
If you can justify Daniel Penny killing Jordan Neely over verbal threats, then how come you can't justify Carmelo Anthony killing somebody over verbal threats as well? You see how you're jumping through hoops just to justify your bias? It's fucking dumb. It's fucking bullshit. If you can defend one, then you should be defending the other. If not, then shut the fuck up.
Are you serious? Really? You're comparing the two scenarios? They're not comparable at all. At all. Austin wasn't threatening the people around them. All the people around him could have just ran away because they were outside, apparently in the bleachers or stands or something at a track meet. But even if Austin was threatening verbally that he wants to kill everybody and he doesn't care if he goes back to jail, there's still no reason for Carmelo to just up and stab the guy, right? To keep him quiet or whatever. Penny was in a subway in a locked area. I mean, locked, not really, but they're in a place where they're pretty confined. They couldn't just run away from this crazy guy. And Penny felt threatened. He felt he was threatening other people, and he took action, but he did it without the intent to kill. Unfortunately, the guy died. That's sad, but he was kind of a waste anyway, so good riddance. but he did not do it with the intent to kill. Carmelo just straight up murdered Austin in true thug life form, and he should be in jail for the rest of his life. So there's no comparison. My gosh, these people are so stupid. It's like they hear what they want to hear, and then they lock that in. The hive mind tells them what they should be, the talking points they should have, and they run with it. They're sheep. They're a bunch of sheep. All right, well, in the next clip, Greg Gutfeld gives such a great example about the left, who they are, and how they always, when given the choice, seem to pick the wrong side of history every time. They're very reliable that way. But it also ties into the Kilmar guy, the peaceful dad living in Maryland, just trying to, have a good life and provide for his family because he's so peaceful and so loving. He's never done anything wrong. All right, well, this gets into some clips about how people are reacting to that. These people, I don't understand what's happening to our society. All right, let's check it out.
It's amazing. You look at the mother, and then you can hear Van Hollen's words about who the most vulnerable is. He's talking about the gangbanger. The effing Democrats, you can offer them two sides, and they can't help but pick the wrong one. For years, we've dealt with unfettered illegal immigration, with consequences felt in our cities and in our morgues. And now we stop it. And who do they side with? An illegal with a history of violence who beats women. Good job, Dems. You never fail us. Whether it's Antifa, BLM, Hamas, is there any dirtbag that you won't embrace for political reasons? And how many traps do the Democrats and the media lead people into? It always ends the same way. The border agent whipped the migrant. Oh my God, I can't believe. Oh, that didn't happen. Oh, I'm sorry. Musk is a Nazi. I'm going to go out and key cars. Oh, you're being filmed. Now you're going to jail for 20 years. Why did you listen to them? Trans kids are real. Oh, now you find out it's just some kind of bizarre experimentation on children. And oh, I didn't know that. Hey, there's white supremacy in the military. No, just CRT and DEI. Trump is Hitler. No, he's not, but he gets shot. The P-tape is real. The laptop is fake. Joe Biden is as sharp as a tack. Do you notice this? How long are you going to put up with this crap where they lead you down a path for a political reason and then you find out you're in quicksand? What is more repulsive to me is how the media still thinks it can decide what your priorities are, what people in the world you should care about. They plant this idea of this one man in your head and say, why don't you care about them? This is after they ignored illegals coming in, crime in every city, suffering of young women pushed in front of subway trains, raped and murdered. You want to George Floyd this guy? Go for it. Go for it. Because you know how that turned out, right? You saw the autopsy. You didn't care about that. All this is scoring symbolic virtue points. The Democrats pick and choose their victims based on how it helps them politically and how it can be exploited for public sentiment. But every person at home, you know the concentric circles of caring. You, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your community. A creep from El Salvador, he can't jump that line. This is a border that he can't cross. And every time the libs try to cross that border into your house, you have to fight back. I'm so happy that we got this truth out there and shut all these people up.
You are so right.
Thank you.
It's not about due process. It's about them being incapable of empathizing for American citizens.
Does anyone else feel like how the are people going about their lives when we are literally shipping people off to a concentration camp in El Salvador? I don't give a fuck about your outfit.
Stop. You might as well stop. There's no sense going anywhere.
Okay.
If we don't get Kilmar back to the United States, then we're all shit in the wind. Nothing matters if we don't get him back. And whatever they've done to him, we need to know. And they all need to pay. The president needs to go to jail for this.
No.
If this is what we think it is, he needs to answer for this. This isn't no cherry tree Washington chopped down. This is a man's life, an American, who's been treated like garbage by his president.
Wrong. He's not an American. He is not a citizen. He has no due process. In fact, he's been given due process by 2 separate courts, which deemed that he is a gang member in the MS-13 and that he needs to be deported. Yet they didn't do it because Biden was in charge and he's a piece of crap. Okay, let's see what other lies this guy has to say.
And thrown into another country's prison, basically, and we don't even know if he's alive or dead.
Okay, first of all, I don't care if he's alive or dead personally. He's kind of a scumbag, as we've been finding out recently, beating his wife, being a pretty high-ranked member in the MS-13 gang. This guy is trash, and he's going back to his original native country. He's an El Salvadorian. That's a hard word to say. So give me a break. Stop gaslighting, you old man.
Kilmar Garcia needs to come home. This is all I care about now. This is all I think about now. This is all I need to know. If I don't know this, I don't need to know anything. This country is shot to hell. If we can't bring Kilmar back, we're not the United States of America. And I'm not running this place. I'm 70 years old. But I guarantee you, if I was young enough, I'd be figuring out where the fuck he was. And I'd make sure he got back home.
Yeah, I don't think so, old man. If you were like in your 30s or something or whatever, you wouldn't be planning to break into like a maximum security prison in another country and expect to actually get Kilmar out and back into the United States. That is absolutely delusional.
The Trump administration is ignoring an order from the Supreme Court, and if they go through with this with no consequences, we have fully lost the checks and balances system of our democracy, which means that we don't live in a democracy anymore.
Well, actually, we've never lived in a democracy, you idiot. We live in a constitutional republic. Why don't you learn the basics, the mere minimum of what this country actually is, you idiot? We don't live in a democracy, okay? Jeez.
It was a 9-0 decision, a unanimous decision. You know how hard it is to get those 9 justices to agree on anything? Yeah. And now Trump is ignoring their request for him to bring Abrego Garcia home, an immigrant he accidentally deported to El Salvador, who was granted protective status here in the U.S.
No.
He's refusing to try to...
That is wrong. That is false. He was never given protective status. The one judge said that I guess he didn't want to deport him because Kilmar said, if I go back, a rival gang is going to kill me. Well, I'm sorry, but gangs don't give a crap about you unless you're in another gang. So if he has it feels like his life is going to be threatened by another gang, that by default means he was in some kind of gang activity. Hello? And the fact that President Trump enacted the Alien Enemies Act and designated MS-13 as an actual terrorist organization, that wipes out any kind of protection that judge may have offered him at the time. That's null and void. His only options is to leave America, go back to El Salvador, or go back to some other country. That's his only option. He wasn't staying here in the United States. My gosh.
Bring him home. Technically, he has until Friday to comply with the court's order, but he is showing no intent to try to bring him home.
No.
And I think theoretically, who would is supposed to step in here are the U.S. Marshals, but because they're housed under the Department of Justice, which is led by Pam Bondi, and Pam Bondi is a puppet of Trump, like, that's probably not going to happen. The only path forward that I can see is impeachment and conviction from Congress. So I think now is the time that if you've never called your representatives or your senators before, now is the time to flood their inboxes with the same one message that they must impeach Trump.
Sure.
That if they do not impeach Trump, they will not be elected into office in the midterms. This is this has to be the line that we all draw.
Okay. If you have been actively seeking justice for January 6 rioters who stormed the Capitol or did whatever you said they did, even if they just went on a tour, if you are actively or have actively pursued justice for them, and you are not actively pursuing justice for those who are being wrongfully deported, you are telling the world, even if you don't think it, even if you don't mean it, even if you are pretending to yourself that you're not, you are telling the world that you believe the Constitution only applies to those you agree with, to those who look like you, and to those who believe in the dogma that you believe in. If you do not continue to recognize this, if you do not begin to see how huge this is for American society, for the freedom of our country, then you are actively putting your head in the sand. You cannot pursue justice where there is injustice and then only pursue it for those who have the same beliefs and the same background as you. If you do, you are the entire problem. You are the reason they would have gotten on the boats to go to a different country. You are the reason why we should be pursuing our Constitution, and instead we are in a constitutional crisis. Do better.
A constitutional crisis. The Gen Sixers and the illegal aliens are not the same at all. The Gen Sixers, I think probably 100% of them were actual American citizens that actually did not get their due process. They were strong-armed into testifying against Trump falsely or going to jail. Or they were just sent to jail. They didn't even get a defense. And they've been in, like, what, solitary confinement or something? Some of these people for, like, a couple of years or so. Some people actually committed suicide because they didn't want to go to jail. So give me a break. Illegal aliens do not have due process. They shouldn't even be here. And there's no comparison at all. So you're an idiot.
Call your representatives and demand proof of life not only for Abrego Garcia, but for any and all prisoners that have been sent to the El Salvador prison. We already know that the individuals sent to this prison have not all been convicted of a crime. They are not all gang-related. They are not all illegal immigrants.
Well, first of all, they're not all sent to that prison from deportation. So what's your point?
In fact, Abrego Garcia is a legal permanent resident.
False. We already covered that. He is not. He was a gotaway. He snuck in illegally. He didn't even try to go through the border. He was one of those people that were running through the desert, and just happened to slip through the net. A little bit of a net that there was during the Biden administration.
He is a father of a disabled child.
So what? I don't care. He doesn't belong here. He's a scumbag. He likes to beat his wife, apparently. He's had a restraining order put on him by his wife. So who cares? That has nothing to do with this.
He has no proven criminal conviction, criminal record, or gang affiliation.
False. False again. You're gaslighting. Jeez.
It was even admitted by the Trump administration that he was deported by an administrative error, an accident. And since that happened, we've seen no proof of life from him. We don't even know if he's still alive there. We don't know what they're doing there. So this is my public call for a proof of life, not only for Abrego Garcia, but for not just any, for all of the people there. Because this is a blatant human rights violation.
Yeah, because all of the families that those scumbag pieces of trash down there, the MS-13 and other gangs down there in South America, yeah. Who cares about all the carnage that they created, all the death and destruction that they've inflicted onto these families? the horrors that these people have committed that we have. I mean, we don't even. People would be like throwing up in sickness if we actually like saw a video of some of the things that they did to these people. Atrocious. And this woman is an absolute idiot. These lefties, just be quiet.
And it needs to be talked about more. I've seen videos from inside this prison where they're being told that they can get 1 cup of water every 24 hours. There's no bathroom.
no.
There's no bed. There's
well.
a difference between being in prison and being put in a concentration camp.
She's crazy.
And so after hearing all this news this morning, I'm done. And I'm just going to make this very, very easy for Trump and his team.
Good.
My name's Alexandra Peritas.
Okay.
I'm the daughter of a Latvian World War II refugee. My dad is a naturalized citizen.
Okay, cool.
Sir, I disagree with every single thing, every ideology, every memo, every bill you're trying to pass. It is so overtly un-American and evil and un-Christian. And you have the audacity to stand up on the world stage and call yourself that after you've most likely deported the second, maybe third coming of Christ back over the Mexican border.
What? What? You're saying that Trump? Are you saying that Trump has deported Jesus Christ to Mexico? Because it's not just his second coming, which I guess we all missed. That's supposed to be pretty obvious when he shows up. But there's also a third coming of Christ. What is that supposed to do? What happens then? I've never heard of the third coming of Christ. Give me a break. And if you're actually trying to say that Kilmar is Jesus, you're absolutely the most stupid person I have ever seen on any of these videos. Give me a break. My gosh. She doesn't even know what she's talking about.
Multiple times now, he could be dying in an El Salvadorian prison. And
So Jesus Christ is dying in an El Salvadorian prison. Oh, jeez. This woman has no idea who he is. If he thinks that would actually happen, give me a break. At Jesus' word, that Salvadorian prison would just crumble to dust. Are you kidding me? What a buffoon.
you wouldn't even know. You don't even know who you are. You're a monster, sir. You could have been the president of the people. You could have done good things. Instead, you choose hatred and violence. Well, I'm here in Michigan, and I hate you. Come get me. I'm ready.
No, you're not ready. You're not ready in the least if they actually came and tried to get you for some reason. I don't even know. Again, it's all delusional. Give me a break. Are you actually trying to say that if Kilmar would have just been left alone to his own, life here in Maryland, or not here, I'm in Utah, but in Maryland, that he would eventually become the president of the United States? Okay, first of all, that can't happen because he's not a citizen of the freaking United States, woman. The absurdity of what these people are saying. They actually have no idea. They're just ranting. And why in the world are you filming yourself crying? Why are they always crying? I don't get this. Jeez Louise.
So Trump wants to deport U.S. citizens who are repeat offenders.
Mm-hmm.
Like 34 felonies, does that count?
Yeah, you're dumb. That's all I have to say.
Really, Democrats, that's what you fucking resorted to? Putting all your effort and everything you got into trying to get an MS-13 gang leader back into our country. The motherfucker literally said, I can't go back to El Salvador. A rival gang won't alive me. These dumb motherfucking Democrats out here fighting their damnedest to get this terrorist back in our country. They're saying they want him home. He is home in El Salvador, where he belongs. Do you motherfuckers think that every illegal immigrant, every person that wants to be an American automatically gets constitutional rights and due process? Fuck you, they do. I don't know what fucking planet you fucking Democrats are flying in from, but it ain't this one. What the ever-loving fuck? Is that all you motherfuckers have? Which might as well just do this. This makes us look real good. It fucking don't. I can tell you that. It fucking don't. What part of the American people don't want this? Like, you guys are literally going against anything that the majority of this country wants. Who is still funding this bullshit is what I want to know. Because apparently something or somebody or some corporation is funding this stupid bullshit. Because that's all you Democrats got. Nothing for America. Just fight for fucking terrorists to stay in our country. Yeah.
If you've never been more embarrassed to call yourself an American like ever before in your entire freaking lifetime, then let's be friends, because fuck, man, I don't know. We can at least be embarrassed together, I guess.
Pro tip for the next time you go buy a car.
Okay.
Get in the trunk, close it, and yell as loud as you can. Can you hear me from in here?
Yeah, okay. I don't understand what the point of that was. All right.
Somebody do it already, please.
Oh,
please, I'm
gosh.
begging you. Somebody take one for the team. I can't do it anymore. I can't wake up every day. I can't do it anymore. I cannot wait for the day that I wake up and I see the headlines. I'm throwing a party. You're all invited. Everyone's invited. I need someone to do it. Soon. Now. Please.
But of course, like any good liberal, they want somebody else to do it because they're too chicken or whatever to do it themselves. They have no conviction. I'm not saying do it. Like, give me a break. Every single one of these people that do say, just do it. Somebody has to do it. Well, then do it. You take it on yourself to do it. Take some initiative. My gosh. But don't actually do it because we don't want anybody... But yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
So are we great yet? Just curious. Because all I'm seeing is us being in a depression. And I'm not talking about individually.
Oh, jeez.
I hate it here.
Then move.
Fucking hate it here. Anyway, you guys won.
Then move. No one's stopping you, sweetheart. Just get out of here. Go find some other country that you can possibly be happy in. But I'm pretty sure you will never be happy no matter where you live because your unhappiness is internal. You got to fix that first. And then everything else will be good. I promise.
If you support Trump, get off my fucking page. If you're a homophobe, get off my fucking page. If you're a transphobe, get off my fucking page. If you're a racist, get off my fucking page. If you think it's cool to threaten people with the idea of hell, get off my fucking page.
What?
Thank you for coming to my PSA.
Really? You sit there and show all this hate and venom towards other people. And then at the very end, that bipolar switch activates, and now you're all just, have a great day. All right. You're psychotic. Sheesh.
Are we in a recession? Sure, for 48 hours. Are tariffs going to destroy our country? No, feminism did. Why are we pausing tariffs? So countries can pick a struggle, something Queers for Palestine needs to do. Why is our country broke? Because you're asking TikTokers about the economy. Will Temu be as expensive as Air One? Yes, so now you can't afford either. How do we beat China? Stop shopping at Temu. Can't we just print more money? Open up the schools. Are your groceries going to be more expensive? For a little bit. Hopefully you learn to eat less. Are tariffs a power move? Yes, it's the opposite of when you took your ex back. Why am I being mean? Because you keep asking me about tariffs.
Our country is in danger.
Is
and
it?
I'm tired of pretending like I can just be a normal person in this country and not.
Why not?
Like we're in danger. We're in danger.
Why
Women
not?
are being jailed for abortions. Women are now having to
Where are people being jailed for abortions? Where is that happening?
have the same last name as they did when they were born. So if you get married and take your husband's last name, you're going to have a harder time voting. I'm really irritated that I have people in my life that I love that identify as MAGA conservatives. Are you okay? Do you not see what's happening? Do you not understand that being a woman in this situation and advocating for the current standing president to do what he's doing, they're not going to pick you, baby. They're not going to pick you. They're not going to pick you.
Okay.
they're not gonna not come for you either. They're just gonna come for you last. And by the time you realize that it's gonna be too late. So where are the people that have claimed that they love me, standing with me in this? Where are they? Because I don't feel your friendship anymore. And I don't know if I can associate with you anymore if you don't stand up against this. If you can't stand against this, please move out of the way, out of my life. Because I don't want you.
That kind of sounds like a you problem. And from your last statement, I'm pretty sure, and I'm just guessing, but it sounds like you just ostracized any person that would care about you. You've now just cut them out of your life. So, yeah. Think about it. It's time for Dave's Detox. Oh. He's working for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. What? That's teamwork right there. Aww. That'd be kind of scary, though. Oh, oh. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, you go. You go. Aww. Need some loving. Oh, geez. Slinky cat. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You just ate an entire chicken farm.
Aww. He feels really bad. Jeez, poor guy. Aww. Oh, man. I think that's that guy in Russia. Gosh. Aww. No. Aw, nice. All right, my friends, that wraps up another episode for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe, like, share, slap that bell around, do all that jazz. Let everybody know what's happening here at Idle Hands. We'd love to have you as part of the community. All right, until the next episode, stay safe, know that you are loved and appreciated, and of course, until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.